In history, dreams have always been so important when people interpret them in the right ways. But nowadays, most people say dreams are just lies or shadows. Is that really true? Or could we even gain some knowledge of our dreams and nightmares? The modern depth psychology figured out how to interpret dreams nowadays. In this video, we will investigate a few aspects to learn how to interpret dreams and to learn about several kinds of dreams. Have joy while watching!
When you had a good sleep, everything's fine. Meditation will run well, all your prayers. You will feel even connected very quick, very good. Your day will even be fine. You have a very good start. Or even if you had no dream and just good sleep, also you will have a very good start. But what if you had nightmares? Or you had a confusing dream? For example, there are old classmates in the dream and they are doing bad things with you. What these things have to mean and how you can deal with the dreams, you will learn in this video. Whenever you try to forget the dream and you suppress it, it will come back again and again. Not every day maybe for some, but for other ones it will come back after a period of time. And sometimes it will become even worse, and you will feel even more shocked in the morning when you wake up. I faced that problem for many years before I turned around and go on this path of enlightenment. Before this happened, when I had the normal life and I was entangled in everyday life and I had many bad dreams, I had many nightmares, and one of them was that I was falling. I was falling in a deep hole, in almost endless hole. I was falling, and at this moment, when I touched the ground, when I crashed, then I woke up. And it was always the same, and it was always even worse and worse. And maybe you also know these kind of dreams, which are actually short dreams, not shocking at all, but it is a very uncomfortable situation because falling, when you land, your body will break. And that was the critical situation in that short dream of falling. But now we come out of the falling and we want to rise, we want to grow, we want to develop, and that's why we search solutions. How to deal with the dreams. First of all, there are official dream interpretation books, even professional ones. I have one, for example, which is written by 3 professors, which dealt with dream interpretation. There are pages on the internet too, but they are not so good sometimes. There is not good evidence on that. But they can be helpful also. What is helpful also is a symbol lexicon, because dreams always have symbols. Many things which happen in dreams even are a symbol for something. For example, there's a happening, a person is bullying you. This could be a symbol for a psychological happening inside of you. When your superego is too strict, always you bully yourself, you blame yourself. There is always this negative thought or negative thoughts in plural, which try to convince you that you are not good enough, that you improve not well enough, whatever. And even you are aware about this, or sometimes some of you are not, but the dream once remind you that this thing is happening, but the dream doesn't show you the superego or that you are doing this. The dream always takes another person doing this on you, and then it is confusing because you think, or you blame the other person then. Especially maybe it's a person from your past, from your school, from your classmates, and you will think that this person was so bad and you will remember and you will project even in the past. But that is not good, because the next thing is that every person which appears in a dream is a symbol. He or she is standing for something in your life or something from your own soul. One of your soul parts is bullying you or something happens inside of you, but this person is just standing for that, showing this on the outside, or showed it even earlier in a critical situation in real life. But now the person is in the dream, and again it repeats and wants to show you something. So the person actually is good because it tries to show you, but you are projecting and still blaming. When you do this, this is not good, because we can't develop. We want to develop, so we have to change our mind and our mindset, and not that we blame the others. So it's not an ethical teaching here or something like this, but you will never develop when you always blame. One day you will be old, be a very frustrated old person, always blaming others. So that's not a good development. So what we do, we try to, you don't even have to forgive. When you don't see the person in real life anymore, everything is fine. You just have to try to interpret a dream, try to interpret what is the person. And so you can take a diary. A diary is the best, because as soon as you have written it down, you will see even more in the sentences than if you just remember the dream in the thoughts again and again and are worried about it in your day, in your everyday life, or in the morning. and you feel so bad, the best is to write it down, to analyze it, or to try to analyze it. Maybe partially, maybe even after some days solutions will come. For me, it's also sometimes that I can't interpret the dream. I just wrote it down and I still have no solution. It can happen that through the day, suddenly I see anything in real life which is related to that dream and remembered me. And then suddenly I have an idea what the dream wanted me to say. And then I found out that there are several dreams. Some are from the past, some are from the present time, and some are from the future, or want to tell you something about your future. So you have to differ here also. Basically, the future dreams, they are good. They want to help you, they want to tell you something. But the point is, it is very hard to figure out if the dream has something to do with your past, with your present, or with the future. Let's try with the past and then with the present, because both of them are kind of negative dreams in most cases. It feels negative for you, but actually they want to say you something, to clear your past, to cleanse it, that you can develop, or they want to show you blockades in the present time, in your present life, whatever is wrong, whatever went wrong or goes wrong, they want to help you just. But let's come first to the past dreams. In the past dreams, things repeat, and these are basically the nightmares, but they want to tell you something. It's not the content of the nightmare. Just when you write it down, you will see there is something happened in the past with you, which is similar like the nightmare, but it's not the same. Nightmare can also be with monsters, which doesn't really exist, but they want to tell you something. What is happening inside of you? And they are basically about old cycles where you have to break out. That is when dreams are in the past, and with people from the past, and with surroundings or places from the past. They want to show you old cycles which are still suppressed inside of you in your subconscious, and you are not already out. You are maybe mentally out because you already observed them and you already tried to solve them on a mental level, and you already know there were this cycle and I have overcame this, but they are still in the subconscious, and you have to make them visible, and you have to clean them totally. You have to work on them, you have to meditate this situation, then you go in meditation, then you can transcend that problem, and then you can solve even the rest, what is hanging from the past still, and then this cycle will disappear. So also this repeating dream will disappear. What's the difference now to the present? I told you also old people from the past can appear in a present dream, in a dream which wants to tell you something which goes wrong in your present life. You handle something wrong, there is an aspect in your life which is not good, maybe your work or so, and the dream wants to tell you this. But it always takes old people, because we always remember old people, and so they are so in our subconscious, and subconscious is working more in the night than the conscious. Conscious is sleeping, so subconscious is working. And that's why old people appear instead the current ones, because the subconscious always repeats the people which we dealt with for so long, and that was in most cases school time, which was for 10 years, and so it will repeat it again and again with the old people, but wants to say you something for the current moment. How you figure out it's not a dream of the past, but instead a dream of the present? It is always visible, or you find the characteristic. There is one aspect in a dream from the current time. For example, I had a dream, old people from school appeared in that dream, but that dream wanted me to say something from the present, but I couldn't figure out, and it was okay, but I couldn't analyze it. Still, I had my diary and I read the dream again and again, but I couldn't find a solution. But suddenly I remembered that thing, that there was a t-shirt which I currently bought, which is very new. I bought a new t-shirt in a new place, and that was the aspect. There was a item which is new, and from this aspect I could see that the dream, that was the goal, to find out that it's a dream from the present which wants to tell me that in my current situation something is wrong. These dreams actually, when you reveal it, when you find that out, they will give you more bliss when you suddenly have this inside aha, and then you change your life, whatever was wrong, what the dream wanted to say, and suddenly everything feels fine and your life is in flow. The past dreams are harder to solve, but the present dreams are easier to solve. And the most easiest thing is the dreams of the future. They are basically predictions, but we don't know about this. in earlier times, in times of Bible, or in even earlier ancient times, dreams were very important. And prophets had dreams, and people tried to interpret it, or the prophet himself tried to interpret a dream and to tell important predictions, maybe not just for him, but also for his whole folks. So it was very important to interpret the dreams, especially those ones for the future, because they could save the whole folk from a war or from hunger or something like that. But what now for you? Again, I want to take an example from me. I was praying many times to get to know what's my purpose. What should I do? What should I work? How can I help people? How can I serve God? What can I do in this world or with this life to make it better? And always, whenever I made this prayer, sometimes in the next night, the answer didn't came. Because when you expect something, you will not get. People who have expectation prayers, God will never react on your expectation. God is not about expectation. Expectations are on a social level. What people do, they not develop. They have expectations on others. Others don't fulfill their expectations. Then they are disappointed. Then they are blaming them. They don't develop. So expectations are not good. So God is also not working on expectations. But whenever you let go, it's all about letting go. When you let go expectations, God will help you. And so it also works with your prayers, always. And even for your future, or when you ask God, what should I do? And I was thinking God is showing me this at daytime, actually, or in any other thing, or a book will appear in libraries suddenly, or things like this, that I get my answer like this. But it will never come how you expect it also. It's the same thing. But then I got a dream. And I was a ghostbuster. And I didn't know what's that for a dream. I didn't even know that there was a relation from this prayer to the Ghostbuster dream. You know that Ghostbusters from the 1980s or so, which were killing bad spirits, ghosts. But later, so I think it was half a year later, so I asked again, what should I do? Now, I made this prayer again, and still after 1 or 2 nights, I had that dream that I was a Ghostbuster. Still, I didn't know how to do. But then I was writing down that dream, and suddenly I came to the conclusion that Ghostbuster must not be so amazing like in a movie, that you have a machine on your back. They had a backpack with a machine, and they had machines to kill the ghost. The Ghostbuster could also be someone, consider in previous times, priests have been exorcised. They have also thrown out bad spirits from people. In the name of God, they have taken a Jesus cross and they hold it against the obsessed people, and then they throw out that negative spirits. And so this is kind of a Ghostbuster also. And then I found out that I knew that I was under the attacks of bad spirits already at this time, or since few years, since I opened myself to that meditation world, to that spiritual world. I'm so open that even also bad spirits attack me. Bad spirits which normal people always carry around with them. They are not even aware about it, but we don't blame others because they don't know better. But these spirits are there, they are attacking me there, so that I was under attack. There is a video about it you will also find on this channel. And so I found out that my purpose is to deal with the bad spirits. I do it via meditation, and I also help others with the meditation, and that's what this channel also is about. It's that we find out that we not just develop, because it's not the enlightenment is there, we go there and it's so easy. No, when you're on that path, you will be under attack of bad spirits, and that's why that's so important that I talk about these things also. And at least there are lucid dreams. Lucid dreams can also happen in past dreams and in present dreams, because lucid dreams are dreams where you suddenly get control. And the more you come closer to the enlightenment, to your self-realization, the more lucid dreams you will have. That means suddenly there is a turning point in the dream where you suddenly get control. Normally dreams run like on autopilot. Even you're on autopilot, things happen to you and you can't have influence in the dream. Just these things happen to you and you are helpless. But suddenly you got lucid dreams, and in lucid dreams you suddenly get control. You suddenly can change that dream and make it to a better end. And that's the best thing, because lucid dream in our dreams at night are just a picture how we can also develop in our daytime, because what happens in lucid dreams is that we get full control, is what happens in the real life, that we get the full shift of consciousness when we get the enlightenment. Then we also get the full control of our mind, of our life, of everything what is around. So that's a good thing. And I hope you already are there because otherwise you would not be on this channel. If not, you will be there soon. Definitely. So if you like more of this stuff, click around through my channel. Maybe there are some aspects which will be very interesting for you on your development. So have a good day. See you soon. Bye.